Hi guys, today we are doing something different. This video is dedicated to Stray Kids. I love the werewolf performance of Lino and I have decided to have my take on it today, so keep on watching. First off, I'm taking my NYX glitter glue. I'm using it to firmly press down half of my brow hair for the next step. I'm using the flat side of my eyelash tool to do that. While the glue is drying, I will take my concealer to lay down the base for my eye makeup. I will also go over the part where I applied glue to disguise my brows. Next, I'm taking my translucent powder to set the concealer. Now I'm taking my brow pencil to define my brows very straight. This is the part where I realized that I should have covered more of the bottom part of my eyebrows, so I will repeat the same steps with the glitter glue and the concealer to cover more. Next, I'm taking a dark brown shade to fill in my brows so it doesn't look too flat, and then I will go over with some powder where I applied the concealer and glue. Now I'm using a clear brow gel to go over my brows. I just want my hair to be set in one place and not move around too much. I'm using shade Cocoa from Huda Beauty Rose Gold palette all over my eyes. In the performance video, Lino had very grungy smoky eyes. I had to watch the clip many times at a slow speed to see that because it was too dark. The good thing about this kind of makeup is that it doesn't have to be neat. Next, I'm using black truffle on my lids and under my eyes with a flat shader brush. In the next step, I will use a blending brush to blend it. Don't worry if it doesn't look perfect. Perfection is not our goal today. Now I'm using a black liner in my rims and on top of my eyes. After that, I'm using MAC 212 to spread the liner to cover any space between my lashes. MAC 212 is a perfect tool for this job. I've had this brush for many years and did not know what to do with it. It has a very specific purpose and I found out through trial and error, but now I just love it for smoky looks. After applying liner, I'm going over with my blending brush to blend all the colors together and make it seamless. Next, I'm using a sharp pointy liner to give myself feline eyes, and after that, I will apply some mascara. For my face, I'm mixing my foundation with some white makeup base that I got from a Halloween store. I have to appear a little pale for this look to keep up with the theme. Next, I'm applying a generous amount of powder to set my base so that it doesn't crack or slip. I was having some trust issues with the white base I used, but thankfully it didn't move and I had no issues with it. At this point, I redefined my brows and applied some powder for baking. Next, I'm taking a peachy pink lipstick to use it as a base color for my lips. In the next step, I will use a red lip pencil to darken the inner rim of my mouth. I'm imitating a wolf with a bloody pout, but a little less dramatic. To recreate the scar Lino had on his face, I'm mixing up cocoa and man-eater to form a jagged line on my cheek. Next, I'm taking black truffle to sharpen it and draw some cracks. You don't really need to be precise for this step. Now I'm removing all the powder that I used for baking and moving on to the next step. For this step, I had to recreate the half-wolf tattoo Lino had on his hand. I'm using a temporary tattoo as a template because if I had to draw it from scratch, it would have taken too long and it would have been hard to do the eyes and nose placement correctly on my own hand. I'm removing the plastic layer off of our tattoo first, and then I'm just gonna place it, eyeball it where it needs to go on my hand. After that, I placed a very wet towel on top of it, and it took me hardly 5 minutes for the paper to soak through and the tattoo to stick to my hand. I found this step very easy. Once the tattoo is stuck, I'm removing the rest of it and making sure it sticks to my fingers properly. At this point, our wolf is looking very friendly, but I will make him fierce. I'm using some acrylic paint from dollar store, and I'm gonna give this wolf a bigger nose, a big yellow eye, and sharp teeth. I'm using another wolf picture to make sure that I draw the teeth correctly. Our wolf is done and he's ready for some action. I hope you guys liked my recreation. I had so much fun doing it. The legendary War for Kingdom has begun, and this video is to show my support as I stay. Good luck, Stray Kids! Fighting!